why you're losing muscle after 50, even if you exercise daily. You can lift weights 3 times a week, walk every morning, even take your daily protein shake religiously, yet wake up one day and realize something terrifying. Your arms look smaller, your legs feel weaker, and no matter how hard you try, you're still losing muscle. Most people think muscle loss after 50 is normal aging. It isn't. In fact, a recent clinical review found that nearly 60% of adults over 50 lose muscle mass even while exercising, and it's not because they're doing the wrong workouts. There is a hidden biological switch inside your body, one that quietly turns off your ability to build and maintain muscle. And unless you reactivate it, you will continue to lose strength year after year, even with perfect diet and exercise. This switch determines how much protein your muscles can absorb, how fast your body repairs itself, and how firm, strong, and energized you feel every morning. And in this video, I'm going to show you the real cause behind your muscle loss, and more importantly, the 3 nutrients and habits that can completely reverse it, starting in as little as 7 days. So stay with me, because in a few minutes, I'll reveal how to flip that muscle-building switch back on. As we age, our muscles don't respond the way they used to. What worked in your 30s, a quick workout or a high-protein meal, stops being effective after 50. You may notice slower recovery, more soreness, or just not feeling as strong as before. But the problem isn't you. It's not your effort. It's not your discipline. It's biology. And once you understand what's happening inside your body, you can take back control. Today, I'll break everything down clearly, simply, and powerfully so you walk away knowing exactly what to do to rebuild strength, confidence, and energy. Let's talk about the problem, the one almost no doctor explains. You may be exercising daily, eating balanced meals, and even trying your best to stay active. Yet every year, the mirror is showing you something different. Your shirts fit looser around the arms. Your legs feel less stable on stairs. You tire out faster during activities that used to be effortless. This slow decline is something doctors call sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But here's the part almost nobody knows. You've been told that muscle loss happens because you're not active enough. But the truth is, activity alone is not enough to build muscle after 50. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 62-year-old woman who came into my clinic frustrated. She walked 10,000 steps a day, did yoga 3 times a week, and still felt weaker every year. She was embarrassed, even ashamed, because she thought she was doing something wrong. But she wasn't. She was doing everything right, except addressing the one thing working against her, reduced muscle protein synthesis. In your 20s, every time you eat protein, your muscles absorb it like a sponge. After 50, that sponge becomes stiff and dry. The same amount of protein that used to build muscle easily now barely does the job. This is why your workouts aren't giving results. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, not because you're too old, because your cells respond differently. So what is really causing muscle loss after 50, even with daily exercise? It comes down to 3 silent biological changes. First, your levels of anabolic hormones decline. These hormones tell your muscles to grow. After 50, the signal weakens dramatically. Second, your muscle cells become resistant to amino acids. This means even if you eat the same food, your body absorbs far less of it. Third, your mitochondria, your cellular engines, slow down. These engines fuel your muscles. When they weaken, you lose strength faster. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that adults over 55 had up to 30% less amino acid uptake compared to younger adults, even when eating identical meals. That means you could be eating perfectly and still not feeding your muscles enough. And here's the twist. Most people think building muscle is all about exercise, but exercise is only the spark. Your real muscle growth happens in the hours after, during recovery, and that is where most people fail without realizing it. But don't worry, because in a moment, I'll show you how to reactivate your muscle building switch naturally. And it's not complicated. Now let's talk about what actually works. There are 3 powerful nutrients and habits that can dramatically reverse muscle loss after 50. 1. Leucine, the master muscle amino acid. Leucine is like the ignition key for muscle growth. Without enough leucine, your body cannot activate muscle protein synthesis, no matter how much protein you eat. As we age, our muscles become less responsive, meaning you need more leucine to trigger growth. The trick is, take leucine-rich protein first thing in the morning when your muscles are most receptive. Foods high in leucine include eggs, Greek yogurt, tuna, chicken breast, and whey isolate. Let me tell you how powerful this is. Margaret, the woman I mentioned earlier, started taking 3 grams of leucine with her morning protein. Within 10 days, she felt stronger walking upstairs. Within 6 weeks, she regained noticeable muscle tone in her arms. The mistake many people make? They take protein at random times or skip breakfast entirely, missing the most anabolic window of the day. 2. Vitamin D3 plus K2, the muscle and bone duo. Vitamin D isn't just for immunity. It directly impacts muscle contraction, strength, and even your balance. Low vitamin D makes your muscles asleep. They simply do not activate efficiently. After 50, most adults become deficient, especially those who stay indoors or live in hot climates where they avoid direct sun. Taking vitamin D3 with K2 in the morning improves absorption, strengthens bones, activates muscle fibers, and reduces fall risk. In one observational study, adults with higher vitamin D levels had 20% stronger quadriceps than deficient adults of the same age. The common mistake? Taking vitamin D alone without K2, which reduces its effectiveness, or taking it at night, which may interfere with sleep for some people. 3. Creatine monohydrate, the over 50 strength secret. Creatine is not just for bodybuilders. In fact, it is one of the most studied supplements on Earth, and research shows it is incredibly effective for adults over 50. Creatine helps your muscles produce energy. It improves strength, recovery, mental clarity, and even bone health. Take 3 to 5 grams daily, ideally after breakfast. Creatine is safe, gentle, and powerful, and in multiple clinical trials, adults over 55 gained significant muscle using creatine combined with light resistance training. The biggest mistake? Taking creatine only on workout days instead of every day. Creatine works by saturation, meaning consistency is everything. Now, before we wrap up, we need to discuss something important. This is where most people go wrong, and it's why they lose muscle even when they're trying their best. First, avoid eating minimal protein during the day and saving it all for dinner. Your muscles need steady protein, not one big meal. Spacing your intake boosts synthesis by up to 40%. Second, avoid fasted workouts after 50. In your 20s, fasted training was fine. After 50, it accelerates muscle breakdown and slows recovery. Third, avoid overtraining. It sounds counterintuitive, but excessive daily exercise, especially long cardio sessions, burns muscle instead of building it. After 50, your body needs smarter training, not more training. When you stop these 3 mistakes, your results improve almost immediately. So let's recap everything quickly. You're not losing muscle because you're old or because you're not disciplined. You're losing muscle because your body's biological switch for growth has slowed down, but now you know how to turn it back on. Start your mornings with leucine-rich protein, Take vitamin D3 plus K2 for stronger muscles and bones. Use creatine daily to restore energy and rebuild strength. And avoid the trap of low daytime protein, fasted workouts, and overtraining. Do this, and within weeks, you'll feel the difference, and within months, you'll see it. Before you go, here's one bonus tip. Add a 10-minute evening walk. It improves insulin sensitivity, helps your muscles absorb nutrients, and enhances overnight recovery. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these muscle-building mistakes have you been making without realizing it? And if you want to stay strong, energized, and independent for the next 20 years, don't miss my next video, the 5 morning habits that quietly destroy your metabolism after 50. I'll see you there.